Hey, listen, I just want to call out one person.
And I hate myself a lot.
But you're getting punched in the dick.
There needs to be more Street Shark references.
I say who?
That's funny as hell.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Underqualified, the Overcompensated podcast. I am your host with the least most. I'm finally back from getting beat up by strangers. Just call me your pony boy. Here I am.
Getting beat up by strangers and laying carpet. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's hard
First!
to put either way. Grant always, I think he just jumps on, says it, and then jumps off the stream. Like, he doesn't even stay.
Happy early America Day. You right.
I am Rhodes. To my left, your right. The always beautiful, for some odd reason, the always constant the past couple weeks. Me and Firth are playing patty cake over here. Rico's being the rock that you stand on, keeping you strong in those arms of embrace. Rico.
Lately, it's like, is Firth Rhodes? Is Rhodes Firth? You never see them in the same spot.
We're actually the same person.
They're the same person.
Yep.
This old grand. So before the show started, I asked Rhodes if I should do. I'm having a midday drink with the show, so I was going with Wild Turkey, Rare Breed, or Old Granddad. He chose Old Granddad. Old Granddad is like a it's from Jim Beam, the same place, and
well,
it's check your inbox.
Granted, if you insist, it better be, or I'm going to be upset. Thank you, Andy. I try my best.
This Old Granddad don't smell like Old Granddad. It smells like nothing. Oh, that's super light. Okay.
Oh,
well, that's dangerous. It's light.
I chose well, I think. So I am back. I did after my tournament last week. I did listen to your guys' podcast afterwards to the episode, and I enjoyed it. I was laughing myself. I was laughing my ass off. You guys were funny. I don't like how you're going to replace me with a toddler, but that's fine.
Hey, get Cordy a headset, a mic, too easy.
I mean, she's already breaking into your room with bobby pins. So
the evidence is still here from last week.
And it's an Elsa criminal. Bobby pin.
What a cold criminal.
No, you guys did very well. I enjoyed it. I'm back.
He's back.
I'm not going to get beat up for a while now. So,
hey.
Now I'm just putting in hardwood in my house. Hence why I spent all this time trying to make the wall look good, and then I had to move everything into this room. So now I look like I'm reporting from a fucking storage locker. By the way, if you have the money to do your floors, and you also maybe have the money to pay someone to do it, do that.
You're telling me you're not having a fucking blast?
Oh man, no. So my house is janky. Like it's. I got weird angles in my house, right?
Uh-huh.
Especially in this one room that I just started in, and then it ties in like this weird pentagon shaped into all the other three rooms. And so I'm having to, call my dad and my great uncle to kind of help me with it. Correct.
It's the back corner where everybody gets high.
But I'm working and I'm doing the floors, and like I'm just starting. So like anyone who's done Pergo before, it's cardboard underneath what looks like hardwood. So it looks nice once it's in, but when you're hitting it with the brick and the rubber mallet, like sometimes that little block will slip and it'll chip off a piece. And that happens quite often. So whenever that happens, I get fucking pissed because now I just chipped a part of the wood that's supposed to be my fucking floor. I eventually, after like the fifth one, was like, fuck it. There's a chip here. This is it. This is what's going to be And like Ashley would just come in because I'd just be cursing in there, hitting shit with a rubber mallet that's not supposed to be hit with a fucking rubber mallet. Like one time it was just as loud as I could, like I fucked up and I just got pissed and I laid down, I just went, fucking cunt. Because Bertha's rubbing off on me. She leans in, she's like, you okay? And I was like, well, this is the only time that I can call something a cunt and then hit it with a hammer. So
everything else is socially frowned upon.
Yeah.
How many times have you chipped your brand new floor?
So far, laying it in like 5. Like 5. But I pulled those boards, put down a new one, cut the other ones, reused them. Like I'm figuring it out. But there are 1 or 2 that I got like halfway through and I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to take like a fucking hardwood stain pen and just stain that chip in.
Like we got 2 poopers. Two poopers.
We have to move this to the bathroom. I have to go poop.
Welcome to the bathroom show.
Oh, and everyone come with me. So yes, if you have the money to pay someone to do your fucking floors, do that.
Yes.
Because it is a pain in the ass. I've done it before. So this isn't the first time I've ever done floors, but it's a fucking pain in the dick, especially if your house has a weird configuration to it. Like I have a bunch of like little cut angles around the hallway, and it's just yeah.
Didn't you just say one of your rooms like a pentagram or something like that?
The hallway is like a pentagon going into it. So like you're going down the hallway, and there's one room, and then another room, and then another room, and it's got like a round corner to it. So the walls have these like little 35-degree cuts. And so it's a pain in the dick. And like I was FaceTiming my uncle today, kind of working through a problem. I was like, yeah, this is it. He's like, yeah, you started on the wrong side of your house, bro. I was like, great. Awesome. He's like, yeah, I would have started on the easy side and worked my way in because now it's just going to kind of be wonky. I was like, cool.
That's always good, you know?
Yeah.
It's just character. It's character.
I mean, I'm doing it, right? Obviously, I'm going to resell the house, so I want it to look good. But I'm not, like, super concerned. It's going to look good. Like, you're only going to see issues if you look real close. And by that point, they've bought the house. So you'll be fine.
What the fuck?
Oh, Viddy. I expect nothing less, my friend.
Is that why are you still fucked up because you're fighting with Beck in the comments here?
Oh, I see that now. Yeah, Beck coming out real hard.
So what do we got going on? We've got.
Andy offered me $3 to do his floor.
Ooh. From what I've heard so far, you may not want it. That seems
not
like
well
money overspent.
Yeah, it's not a well invested $3. Like after I finished my fence, I had one of my other NCOs. They were like, "Yeah, I need to put in a fence. Do you want to help me?" I was like, "No, I don't." I was like, "I'll fuck my fence up, but I don't want to fuck your fence up."
From the pictures,
I'm not the kind of person that does everything.
Fence in Germany.
Yeah, this fence is much better. But like I can do things, and they'll be nice and good for someone who's not a professional at it. But there's the thing. I'm not a professional. So if you want something to look professional, don't fucking hire me. I wouldn't hire me.
I definitely wouldn't hire him.
No. I can tell you how to do it, and I can tell you how to do it perfectly. And then it's up to you at that point. I can give you the information to do what you need to do, the equipment. I'll tell you the supplies you need to get, the measurements. I can tell you all of that shit. My fuck up goes to the actual installation of the thing. Once the ball gets rolling, there's going to be mistakes, and I'm going to let them pass.
That's fine. No one will notice that.
Yeah, I've been in the Army too long to care about the small things. Because someone's like, "Oh, this is still fucked up." I was like, "Yeah, but is it?"
Remember that time you were ground guiding me and you hit a strike? You hit a Humvee with a striker. And we just walked away. That was fun.
Did we? I was ground guiding you in the striker, and we nailed a Humvee.
It's just a little tap, just a little crack on the
Oh,
fiberglass.
just a little bit on the end. Oh, fuck! I do remember that. Wasn't that like the Commander's Humvee or something?
Yeah. And we never spoke of that again until today.
He hit it. I have him pull forward. We reparked it. Actually, no, we parked somewhere else.
Yeah, we parked somewhere else, and then we just fucking like hot-footed out of there.
Because I think it was like middle of the night. No one was there. It was like after a range.
Mm.
And like we tagged it, and I was like, we're going to park on the other fucking side.
Bye now.
Yeah, and then they showed up the other day, and they're like, why didn't you park in your parking spot? Oh, it was full. There was something there. There was a Humvee.
Speaking of freedom, it's 4th of July weekend.
We're is
quickly approaching.
Birthday, America.
Yeah, happy birthday, America. Yesterday was the Medic Corps birthday, 107 years. Celebrating a lot of things here for America.
Oh, yeah. The Army's birthday was like last month, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's every year.
Yeah, I think it's every year around about that time. I think it's an annual thing, maybe.
Except for leap years.
Yeah. So speaking of America's birthday, right? 4th of July, the new Netflix show, what is it called? American Revolution. It's an animated show. It's got Channing Tatum playing George Washington.
Should you live check your messenger?
Let me look. This is not safe. It's not safe.
It's not safe. Should share your screen.
I don't want to.
So that cartoon on Netflix, America something or other.
Yeah,
it looks funny.
Not what I expected. It is funny.
Are you really checking it live?
Yep.
Oh no!
Send me a dick pic. Look at this beautiful. Look at this. Look at that.
God. That is sexy.
Fucking America.
Aroused by freedom.
Oh, he loves Rico. Is he pooping?
I love getting pictures of men in the bathroom with hearts and my name. That is my biggest
no other
pleasure.
way I like to receive pictures. That is beautiful. But I watched the show, and I was expecting it to be like a satirical thing on, obviously, tongue-in-cheek kind of thing of the revolution. But they have historical characters that were not even around in 1775.
You mean like RoboCop wasn't there?
Abraham
in the trailer, they show RoboCop. What the fuck?
Yeah, they got Abraham. Well, that's fine. Like, that's okay. But they got Abraham Lincoln in it with George Washington, like, they're best friends. And I'm like, he wasn't even remotely born.
You mean there wasn't like a 100-year difference between the time they were like presidents?
Yeah, right. Benedict Arnold's a werewolf. It's fucking.
Hell yeah.
It's funny though. Like, I'm watching the first 10 minutes. Of course, my wife walked in. She's like, "You watched the dumbest shit." And I was like, in my defense, I didn't think it was going to be this when I started it.
I thought it was going to be historically accurate with RoboCop.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like, historically accurate, but like also, tongue in cheek, kind of funny. Not just pulling all sorts of shit. But it is funny. Channing Tatum's George Washington. It's not bad.
For those just joining us, the big topic of the show is obviously the runner who's going through a lot of strife right now over weed. But we're catching up. We're shooting the shit for a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna get some. Yeah, we're just kind of flying by today. But so 4th of July that came out. That's not bad. I hope everyone else has good plans for their 4th of July. According to the Biden administration, hot dogs are like 16 cents less now. So you're welcome.
Ooh,
yeah, they're combating the inflation. That was their defense, by the way, in a press briefing the other day. They're like, how do you feel about, like, what about the inflation on like food and gas, especially, right? Because other parts of the country, it's like $4.60 a gallon. And they're like, well, we're working on inflation, but you guys should feel nice because, hot dogs and hamburgers are 16 cents less. And the reporter goes, how the fuck does that matter?
You know what? Let them eat hot dogs.
He did.
He
So
did.
you know what, Andy? Yeah, let's jump right into that.
We're gonna jump into it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
We're gonna segue like 9 times anyway. It's fine.
We get so distracted.
So Rico, you take it.
Shikari Wright. She competes in the 100 meters and 200 meters, and
fast as fuck, as some would say.
Fast as fuck. And she popped hot for the old marijuana after was that a record-setting run? Yeah,
she broke her own record, I believe.
Yeah,
she broke her own record and the world record.
Holy fuck! She did that while within the midst of. Now, I'm not saying she was high at the time.
Yeah, who knows when she did it? She could because marijuana stays in your system up to like 30 days for some tests.
But still, think of it. It's basically like she had leg weights on, and if she didn't have those on, she would have gone faster.
Well, that's one thing I did say, right? So they're suspending her for a month.
Yeah, for 30 days,
Yeah, so she's going to end up missing the 100-meter event, which is her fucking event for the Olympics. But she may be able to make it on the 4x1 team if they select her due to marijuana. And
fucking
a big
ridiculous.
thing
Well, so why that one
is
and
like
not the
it's
other
not
one?
a performance-enhancing drug.
Definitely not. If I was high right now, I'd be like,
Yeah, they're like, it's not steroids, it's not speeds, it's not, fucking horse tranquilizers. It's marijuana. No one does weed and then goes, let me sprint.
No. I have never smoked weed, but if I did, I've never sat up and said, hey, I'm going to go running. Yes, that's exactly what I envision. Brandon,
like Rock Lee?
Just leg weights. The weed was her leg weights, and if she took those off, she would be the actual real life Flash.
Yeah, if she had done it, previous to the run, like I doubt she did. She probably did it like a week or two before. But if she had done it right before, she had to combat all of that, like urges to stop and snack, take a nap, watch How I Met Your Mother for like 9 hours, go through a Friends rerun, like
dude. That is crazy.
She had to run against all of those odds. It is a little ridiculous, but then also like the rule follower in me is like, the rules, right? How antiquated or stupid they happen to be.
Okay,
the rules. So, I mean, fuck around, find out.
First. I get what you're saying.
It's
but
the
for
small
something
part of me.
that
The
is
other
not
part of me is like
performance
that
enhancing.
It shouldn't be a rule.
So you have like Olympic shooters that sometimes they pop out for a drug that actually just stabilizes them. It happens to the triathlon people, and it stabilizes them. That's performance enhancing. Weed is not performance enhancing, and she still rocked that shit.
No, not unless it's a fucking not unless it's like marathoning a show competition, or like how many Funyuns you can eat.
Yeah. I would kill. I think it is absolutely just fucking tone deaf and just really fucking petty that they would like stop her from running her fucking event when she clearly killed it. Fuck, dude. That's crazy to me.
Well, I mean, and if it was a performance enhancing drug, like if she was on steroids, then take her out of the race. Like
if it was laced with speed. If it was laced with the Speed Force, then I get it.
They call it the Flash.
I'm gonna go smoke some Flash real quick.
Yeah, if it was like an actual performance enhancing drug, pop out for steroids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then yes,
fuck them.
Suspend her.
Although, I think so. There should be 2 Olympics, guys. 2 versions, 2 summers, 2 winters, and one should be all natural, right? The other one, I want to see some fucking Bane motherfuckers hitting the venom on their fucking arm. Just they can barely fucking move, and just like, but they just come and they just and just
rage.
The peak of science and human natural fucking biology at its best. I want the Rage Olympics. That's what I want.
I agree, but then I want to add a second part to that. I've seen. This is not my original thought.
Okay.
I saw it through online shit, but I think in the normal Olympics, they should also have just like a normal dude competing in every event. So they're like, here's her running, right?
Okay.
Against all these athletes. And then on the far outside lane, they just have, the 23-year-old waitress from Starbucks that never did a sport before to just let everyone know this is an average person and this
You
is our
sign a waiver,
high-speed athlete.
Andy. If you want to participate in the Rage Olympics, you sign a waiver. The only thing you get if you fucking die, your heart explodes, is a gift basket for your family. That's it.
More than most people. But I think they should have an average person in every event, right? They're getting ready to throw the javelin, and then they got Jeffrey, who's a fucking sommelier, just tossing the javelin. For the hurdles, you have Becky. She's a dog walker.
You have me running against Sha'Carri Richardson. And I'm just like...
It's just like, hey, guys, here's this high-speed, world-renowned athlete, and here's
She is
Bob.
a fucking machine. She looks like if
How
the
fast did she
Phoenix
run her
and
100?
Starfire... Oh, I don't know. She looks like if the Phoenix and Starfire had a baby.
She ran it sub-9 because she was the first female ever in the history to run under a 10.
Dude.
So I think she ran like a 9.8, and like males usually run like 8s, like 9.2s, I think. And so she's the first female to ever break 10 seconds. Like, ridiculous. How do you spell her name?
Crazy. SHA''CARRI. Just do SHA' and it'll pop up. It's like the number one search thing. Andy
I'm trying to find out her
100%.
run time, what she did.
Michael Phelps swam after that bong rip. And he's not natural either. He's got like 14 lungs and an oversized heart.
And hands the size of paddles. Like, I remember being in high school and they like broke down him, like his physicality, and they're like, he is a freak of nature, literally made for swimming. Like his wingspan is longer than any person. Like it's against the normal ratio of a person his height and build, his wingspan, and then his hands are larger than someone his size should be. Same with his feet, and like they're like his body physically is made for swimming. Like he just happened to find his niche. Like if he was a runner, he'd be shit. But he just happened to be a swimmer, and his body was like, we'll adapt to this.
Andy, you have me at a disadvantage. I have no idea.
Ryan Lochte in Rio, he also got popped out for drugs.
Did he still swim?
I think he did.
Did they make him do a different event because he was so good? So they had to fucking fuck him.
Yeah, I think they did. I'm still trying to find her time.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah,
I don't get why they are stopping this god tier level athlete. No, that's when he lied about getting robbed, and they actually just trashed the place.
She ran a 10.86.
Okay.
So still fast as fuck. Like still ridiculously fast.
Fucking crazy. I don't think something that, like I said, I don't think my stance on that is it's not performance enhancing. So there's really no reason for them to lock her out. It's just, it's fucking ridiculous. You have,
and it's a 30-day suspension. So literally it's a 30-day suspension that cuts her off from her main event to then hopefully compete in the 4x1. Like, just fucking let her run.
Just let her run.
Just let her run, and then she pops out again.
She
and
was
fucking
made
nail her
for
ass,
this.
But yeah,
I look at pictures of her. She's a goddamn machine, dude. She is a machine.
I mean, most Olympic athletes are fucking ridiculous.
Nah, but looking at her, she stands out like a lot. She looks like this is her life. She takes this shit seriously. She's not showing
someone who's trained since she was a kid, and she's taken this very seriously, and this is what she's been working towards. And you're going to let a non-performance enhancing drug fuck it all up.
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
But I mean,
Seth Rogen is saying saying that obviously he's calling the situation racist. So he's accusing Team USA of racism after the suspension.
it's not racist. It's fucking pig-headed, but it's not racist.
But again, Michael
just because
Phelps,
she happens to be black.
Michael Phelps, did he actually pop out, or they just had a picture?
Yeah, it was just a picture. He never actually popped though.
But still, he'd have got away with it.
Yeah, probably.
So that's racism then.
That's not racism. He's also one of the most highest ranked athletes who's ever won ever.
She just broke a record that she set.
Yeah, but yes. So I'm not saying it's right to give favoritism to him over her, but just because he happens to be white and she happens to be black and he probably would have gotten away with it doesn't mean that it's a race thing. It could be the fact that he's won more medals than anyone who's ever fucking lived.
That's not an excuse.
No, it's not an excuse, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be a race thing.
I don't know.
Just because one of them's white and one of them's black, one of them's male, one of them's a female, doesn't mean it has to be a fucking racist, genderist thing. It could just be the fact that one of them is a proven fucking champion, and the other one,
how is she not a proven champion? Because she set a record and then broke that record.
I don't think she's. I think I might have been wrong when I said that.
Either way.
Did she have the prior world record?
The reason she said, I believe her mother. Don't quote me on this. Her mother died, and she ingested marijuana to deal. There was a death in the family. I don't know, and she had some weed in whatever form it was to cope with the loss. That's what I saw a snippet of. I don't know. I'm not one to, hey, this is racist, that's racist, but it's, dude, it's a little insane.
It's a little insane, but I personally don't think it's racist. But I also, I don't get to make that call.
Okay, I was afraid to say yes, it was her birth mother because I only saw like a snippet of that story. But yeah, she was using it in order to cope with the loss of her birth mother, and that's really sad. I don't know. And then they fuck her. They make it so that way she can't fucking run her event, and you can compete in something else. Just go do something else.
Yeah, it is fucking stupid. You are correct. Yeah, so she didn't have the record. The record is 10.49 by Florence Griffith Joyner.
Okay, that was.
She set that in 1988. Yes.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Sha'Carri Richardson. Sorry. Oh, you said Wright earlier.
No.
Yeah, you did earlier in the show.
I must have been
because I was Shakira. We know Shakira, right?
Richardson. My bad. Yeah.
She's not even on here.
I got her up on Wikipedia right now. Either way, regardless, she's clearly out there killing it, and she got fucked for.
Oh, there she is. She's sixth. She has the sixth fastest time in history with 10.72.
Dude, I don't know.
I mean, hopefully they pulled their heads out of their ass, but we'll see. Maybe not. Probably not.
Probably not.
I mean, did you also see that the who is the people who do the testing? They put a sentiment out on Twitter for her. Like, it sucks that she's getting banned, that she would have done great and probably have won, but rules are rules, and sadly they have to enforce them. So even they were like, we don't want to have to do this, but the rules are written the way they are.
It's like when your homeboy is the UPL for your unit, and
he's like, "Bro, I'm sorry, but you
bro,
have to piss in this cup, buddy."
Hey, well, we was hanging out last night, though.
Yeah, you gave me the joint. Well,
this has never happened. This is just a joke. I'm sure it has happened, not to happen to us.
Yeah, it never happened to us. Doesn't mean it didn't happen at least 4 times somewhere. Like, it had to have happened somewhere. Oh, What else is going on in the world? What else is going on?
I talked about Seth Rogen, hot off the presses. James Franco, he's playing $2.2 million in a sexual harassment suit. So that's today's news. I remember Seth Rogen, as soon as the sexual harassment stuff came out, he said he'd never work with James Franco again. Now James Franco has to pay some money to get through that. We'll see.
But so it hasn't been proven yet.
I mean, he's paying for it. So basically,
well, he's paying for a lawyer.
Yes. Fuck.
Oh yeah, we can talk about Cosby.
Oh, I forgot all about Bill Cosby.
There's so much news coming out every day. Honestly,
Every day.
And my memory sucks. I forget by the time we get to the Saturday, and I was racking my head all day. And I remember moments of listening to the news, like while I'm at work, I play it while I'm doing paperwork, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's going to be good for Saturday. And so like all day I was like, what were those moments? But I can't remember. Bill Cosby is one of them.
Yep.
The fuck?
Got out on a technicality. He was supposed to do 3 to 10. He did 2. Got out on a technicality. And then I saw on the Daily News New York. They were like, if Bill Cosby can get out, then Ghislaine Maxwell should be free too over technicality. And I almost lost my shit.
Andy Jenkins, help us out here. You are the Uno lawyer. I'm sure you know a little bit more about this.
We're still settling on a contract.
There's so much stuff going on, Kenny. I don't know.
There's so much stuff, and it's all to distract you from Ghislaine Maxwell and nothing happening, and Epstein didn't kill himself. And the McAfee guy that said, if I ever die in prison, I didn't kill myself. And he died in prison. Being hung. Yep. He died last week.
Oh, that's suspicious.
Don't
be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
You know what came up on my Facebook from a year ago? It was a Ghislaine Maxwell thing and Hillary Clinton calling a suicide line, and she'd like, yeah, I'd like to order a suicide.
I remember that. So, Annie, you're right. I do remember hearing a interview with the lawyer that ended up getting him out, and at the beginning, they made a promise or a deal for his immunity in it, and they pursued it, and so then they did the appeal. So, Andy, as a lawyer, should this shit be possible on technicalities? On like,
yes, that's the law.
Yeah, but should it be changed?
Is it right?
Well, no. I mean, like a jury found them guilty, right? And sometimes innocent people do end up going to jail because of biased juries or just a really good prosecutor and like a shitty defense. Like it happens. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, the murderer that gets out because, they have witnesses and testimony and all this shit, but he gets out because some like minor evidence, like someone didn't write the label correctly. Right?
Someone forgot to dot the I and cross the T's.
Yeah,
and this
which is some dumb shit that happens. Like in trials, they're like, oh yeah, they seized this little bit of information before they got the warrant when they went to go to arrest him. So this doesn't count anymore. They're like, but it's still evidence. Like it's there. Like, yeah, but they didn't have the warrant when they got it. Be like, but it's evidence. That's like me shanking a man, putting the knife on my patio, a cop coming up to like just check on me, finding it, and then them getting a warrant and then being like, well, you got it before the warrant. So it doesn't count. Be like, but it has his prints on it and he stabbed a man. And they're like, eh.
Why are you talking about OJ? The juice.
The glove did not fit.
You must have quit.
A very technicality will result in overturning conviction. Okay, valid.
So
that's
quick,
why we have a lawyer, people.
This smells like.
I saw your face. You're intrigued.
Fiery oak.
You said smoky.
Yeah, no, fiery oak.
Well, was it in a fired oak barrel?
It's double oaked.
Double oak?
Well, that's hot. That's hot.
Is it? What's the proof on that bad boy?
116.8.
Woo!
That's hot. Not as hot as the white dog. The white dog is 125.
The white dog, but the white dog's surprisingly a little smooth though.
My lips are warm. Okay,
one example
back to the
is
show.
Prosecutors using a jailhouse snitch, but not telling the defense what the snitch is getting out of the deal.
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah. That has to be there because the snitch was a huge reason to lie. Oh, okay, so they have to then put that in there. So if they don't, then that would be a technicality that someone could get out on.
Interesting.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. The law's weird. I can't play with that stuff.
Laws are weird.
So I leave it alone.
Rules are weird. People that do something bad should be in jail. People that just smoke weed to cope with the loss of a family
that was my other thing. Who then decides, what is bad? Bill Cosby just got out on a technicality. Yet how many people do you have in there because they got caught with over the legal limit of marijuana in their pocket? And they have 10 to 15 years in prison.
Yeah. I saw a story, a headline the other day. Somebody traveling from
Andy, thank you for clarifying that, but also to clarify, I don't know what I'm talking about. So
we are professionals.
Yeah, my example was obviously bullshit off the bat.
I saw a story where there was a family driving from one state where marijuana is legal and through another state. They got pulled over in that state, arrested, and they took their kids, and now they don't even know if they're going to get their kid back or whatever. Meanwhile, they were coming from a state where it's legal, and the state that they came through where it's not legal just fucking hammered them, and they don't even know if they're ever going to get their kid back. That's insane.
Just for having marijuana, just for having weed.
High level. I don't remember the entirety of the story. I just know that I think they had weed with them, and they were driving through a state.
Was it 9 bricks that they were trying to sell in said state? Yeah,
I don't believe so because they're already out of jail. They're just trying to get their kid back.
Yeah, it's probably like a personal bag.
That I don't know.
So she did. She's from a legal state to where she did smoke it in a legal state. So, I mean, but that kind of, but then you're going like, I don't know, is the Olympics federal? I don't fucking, because that's like us, if we're in a state where it's legal, we still can't do it because we're federal employees. But I think that's a little different than the Olympics.
Oh, is this what happened with fucking old Puddin' Pop Cosby?
You wouldn't be charged criminally if you gave a deposition and a $3 million settlement.
Hey, get out of jail pay card.
Either way, I mean, he's out now, and they can't double jeopardy. So,
damn it, Trebek.
Yeah, he's out until he dies, which will probably be soon, right?
No,
probably. You think he's going to Betty White it and live until he's 900 years old?
He'll be fine.
Because Betty White's almost 100, and he doesn't look nearly as good as Betty White does.
No one looks as good as Betty White. Let's get that shit straight right now.
You're correct. Yeah, you're correct, right? And even though actually he does live in a state where it's legal now. I think Oklahoma just passed that.
Lots more states are jumping on the let's make weed legal thing, or at least decriminalize it.
Yeah, well, in some of the states that did legalize it, they still have people in jail because they were charged before.
Because they're not going to get out.
As soon as that passed, they should have gone to the jail and been like, every person, like they have to go through the whole process and appeals now. It's like, you shouldn't even have to do an appeal. It should just be immediately, hey, dude, 4 years ago, you were charged with having a dime bag. Guess what? You're out now. Congratulations. Assuming I don't know how people who do drugs talk.
But prisons make so much money off their soldiers. Oh, off their soldiers, yes. Same shit.
Well,
off their prisoners. They make so much money off of all this forced fucking labor, and they get away with paying people fucking 2 pennies a fucking hour for this forced fucking labor.
The
and
prison
then they get
complex
kickbacks from
is
the government. It's like
privatized prisons are insane.
Fucking insane.
And they're full because they have people in for stupid shit like that. Yeah. And then they overcharge them, and you're going to be there for fucking 5 to 10 years for something super fucking minor. And
the DA was also Trump's impeachment lawyer.
Didn't know that.
So that was it. The impeachment. Okay, so that DA will be discredited shortly because everybody in Trump's side is getting fucking arrested in litigation shortly. So,
was weed legalized 2 years ago, or what? Don't you agree with me on?
Yeah,
I just said a lot of things in the past 5 minutes. I was probably wrong somewhere.
They got one free bed. Who wants the Cosby Suite?
Who wants the Cosby bed?
Pops.
Spring super soft.
He probably wasn't. Does anybody know? Was he in general population or was he like set aside?
I don't know.
Was he in regular prison? Was he in country club prison? Like,
I don't think he was in country club prison.
Was he? I don't know.
I don't know. Let me see.
Let them out. Let them all
out. Who out? The people who did weed? Like all the people in prison?
He was segregated.
Kenny, are you talking about like everyone? Just let everyone out? Because
can't let everybody out. Because some motherfuckers did some bad shit.
Yeah. Like, some of them, like they need to be there. Like,
medium security. So he was playing squash and probably still allegedly drugging dudes. Who knows? Just popping ibuprofen and drink. Doesn't
Montgomery
work.
County Correctional Facility. He was moved to a state prison.
Oh, he was moved to
SCI Phoenix.
I don't know.
In Skipack Township, Pennsylvania. No people who was in for weed. Yes. No,
Yes.
No, I agree with you. Why are you disagreeing with me? That was my point. They should be let out.
If you were sent to prison for marijuana, you should be let out. Unless there were other charges that were combined with that for a much harsher
if it was
crimes.
Armed robbery.
Yes.
And then also you had weed in your pocket.
To remove the weed portion of the sentence, stay in for the armed robbery.
Granted, right?
Leave the gun, take the cannolis.
Kenny's arguing with me. Kenny, I'm going to need you to use your typing fingers. But before you do so, I believe, and I said this before, the people who are in prison now and currently and before for marijuana kind of charges.
Yes.
In states where it is now legal should be set fucking free.
Yes.
I believe that everyone should just be out, but it's not federally legal. So we got to start with states that where it is legal. They should just be let out. And in some states, you still have people who are in there because they have to file for an appeal, and then they go through the appeal process. And if I am not incorrect, which I probably am,
you got two back-to-back no's.
No,
I don't know what you want, Kenny.
What do you want from me?
Do you not want people who went to jail for only marijuana-related offenses?
Marijuana. Yeah,
because that's what we're saying. If I stabbed the dude that didn't deserve it,
high at the time.
Yeah, if I stabbed the dude that didn't deserve it, but I was also high,
even if you did deserve it, you still got to go to jail, even if you deserved it.
Side note, murder. My son was watching Digimon. Yes, you disown him.
It depends. He can watch Digimon.
What?
You can enjoy Digimon. I like it. But if the words ever come out of his mouth that Digimon's better than Pokemon, then you kick his ass out on the curb.
Hey, we're looking for a new co-host since we got a fucking Digimon fucking guy.
I like Digimon.
It
came out when I was a kid. Like, that was my generation.
I watched it a couple times and was like, you got to be like high as fuck to watch this
shit.
You
were a full-grown adult with a 401k at that point. Like, why would you be into it?
I was facing down my first marijuana-related charge.
Yeah, you were paying tax. All I'm saying is you said to let him out if they were in there for weed, and it's legal in that state. I'm saying no, they should not be let out.
Oh, so you don't want to let them
You don't want anyone out for marijuana-related charges.
Interesting.
Okay. I mean, I kind of see the point. I mean, I don't know what the logic behind it is, but I kind of see the point. Like, they broke the law when it was the law. So, I mean, serve the time, even though now it's no longer a law. Kind of get that. But also,
no. I would say
no.
let him go.
Yeah.
Let him go.
Yeah, let him go. Definitely let him go. Victimless crime. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, soap operas, watching paint dry Digimon.
Yes, that is a valid ranking.
Yeah,
that is a valid ranking.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying you can enjoy the show.
Okay, we finally got to the point of it. He's saying they should still finish out the remainder of their sentences
because they broke the law when it was the law.
The time.
Okay, I kind of could. Yeah,
I can see that point. However, I'm on the side of if it's legal in that area now, they should let them go as long as it's only a marijuana specific related. Like if I got picked up and I'm doing like 5 years for having a fucking dime bag. I'm just like I'm spitballing here. I don't know what the actual sentence is there. I should probably.
It's a lot more than it should be.
They should probably just open my fucking cell and let me out.
Yeah, like not even any paperwork. Just here you go, Mr. Ramirez. Enjoy life.
Also, there's a dealer down the street because it's legal now. We just took 5 years of your time again.
Yeah. Since we took your life away from you for 5 years, we got you a job at the local dispensary. Like, go enjoy your day.
Been in for 10 years for having a fucking half a pound of loud. On the majority of the MCU, that was worse than that half a pound of loud.
Which, so speaking about the MCU.
Okay, is that a segue? We're moving forward?
Speaking about the MCU, y'all were talking about Loki last week.
Did we?
Briefly.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. But Firth is not a fan of Loki.
He's not a fan,
He's not a fan. I enjoy it, although you messaged me about this last episode.
Yes.
And I agree. The fuck?
It's a great episode.
So I did watch a few things, though, of people like reasoning it. And I don't think it was on the show that you guys talked about this part, but one thing that I was thinking from the very beginning was they made Loki likable, right?
Mm-hmm. As they do with any villain who has any staying power.
He's a mass murderer.
Yeah, details.
He's a mass murderer. And then now he's like a little quirky and like standing next to Owen Wilson. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, Loki. It's like he murdered so many people in New York. Like he's a terror. That's like Osama bin Laden then having a sitcom with Owen Wilson, everyone being like, oh, he's actually a nice guy.
But he's charming. I would watch the Loki Owen Wilson show.
Oh, they're hilarious. The end of time.
I love that the banter
they're
between
hilarious.
the two of them, the way they play off each other. I think it's fantastic.
But then also, another thing that was driving me nuts is Loki's getting his ass kicked, right?
Mm-hmm.
In like the first episode. Mm-hmm. He's a literal god.
They kind of frame gods differently in the MCU, though.
Well, I mean, like
it's basically
like a god.
They frame it as just science you just don't understand.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like Thor, super strong, right?
Yeah.
All the Asgardians are. They all have enhanced strength and agility and stuff. So does he, and he's actually like mostly frost giant. So like he's got that shit going on. But then he's getting beat the fuck down, and he's also forever years old. Like Loki, even in the comics, is a master fighter.
Are you talking about when they picked him up and brought him to the TVA for like a half ounce of weed?
Yeah. I'm just saying he keeps getting his shit rocked by humans. That's what I'm talking about.
In the TVA, they don't have their powers and stuff. So he
doesn't have his magic. You can't take away natural strength and skill in fighting. Because then when he like escapes the little theater, right, and they have that one-on-one with the main guard chick, she's like going hand to hand with him, and it's like he could literally just collapse your rib cage in with one punch.
They've never showed him as super strong, though. They've never once showed him as super strong.
But he is.
He's a runt frost giant. He's probably not that strong.
He's got to be. He's also like 5,000 years old. Like, I was just finding that hard to believe. I'm like, okay, take his magic
All I'm
away.
saying
But
is I've
the
never
man
seen
could
him even
crush
rip
you.
a phone book in half. Never even seen that.
Never even, not even like a Post-it note. Just, I came into a Post-it note.
Oh my gosh.
Ah!
Oh, he's a god.
That was like 7 Post-it notes.
That was a lot of Post-it notes.
Working on my grip strength.
My hands are tired. Leave me alone. I've been laying wood.
That's like my biggest qualm with the show. I do enjoy the show. But like he keeps getting shit rocked by humans. I'm like, no.
True. He did get slammed by the Hulk and live. That just means he's resilient, not super strong.
He's also super strong.
They've never once indicated that he had super strength, even in the comics.
That's because they never wanted to play him as an actual physical threat in the show. And in the movies, they always wanted him to be like the mental villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in
I think
canon
in your
and
fan
in the
fiction,
lore,
in your fan fiction, he's like super strong and he's like ripped and he's serving you pancakes in bed after you spend a long day. Or laying wood.
I'm waiting for you to put something out that's wrong.
Yeah, I'm just saying. They never indicate at any point in
the MCU.
Even in the comics.
In the lore, in the comics, yeah.
He's not super strong in the comics.
He beats the shit out of Thor like twice.
He always does some sneaky shit. He's like Andy's saying, trickster god. He's always trying to like angle stuff.
You are correct.
He's good with angles. And he's resilient because he got slammed by the Hulk and lived. But they never indicate that he's super strong.
But then also, right, in this, no.
If he was super strong, why would he rely on magic to like stop a building from falling?
Because he's a prick.
I think in your head you haven't built up.
Okay, well then, the Callers canceled their magic, right? But in this last episode, I'm not going to, no spoilers, but in this last episode, there was a fight, right? And his collar was removed. Mm-hmm. He resorted to just fighting them with his hands and sticks and a sword when he literally could have, like, I don't know, melted their fucking face. I don't really know the limits of his magic. But, like, he didn't use it once. And he's fighting like 4 dudes at once. Have you seen him
ever melt somebody's face?
Have you seen him not melt a person's face? Have you seen him not melt a person's face?
Are you watching Loki or are you watching Superman? Are you watching Invincible? Loki is not Omni-Man.
His powers are limitless.
He doesn't pull me aside while we're looking at David Copperfield and look what they have to do to mimic a fraction of my power. You know what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is Osama bin Loki is too likable.
Osama bin Loki?
Yep.
There's probably a variant of Osama bin Loki right next to Alligator Loki, Kid Loki, comic accurate Loki, and Loki with a...
You know, just like, what is that, Spider Ham? There's a fucking, like, goat version of Loki.
Welcome to the Loki-verse.
The Loki.
All right, let's do this one last time. I'm a runt frost giant.
And then also Owen Wilson points out, you know, his character points out how much do you have to be in love with yourself to love yourself? And I was like, dope. Because when that started happening in the show, I was like,
character.
It's like, you gonna fuck yourself?
Super strong face melter Loki is not on character. Falling in love with yourself, very on character.
Super canon. I do like the show though. I do enjoy the show. It is enjoyable. What are the other MCUs that are coming out?
Well, next week you got Black Widow finally coming out. I will be watching that on Disney Plus. That's on July 9th. Very much looking forward to that.
Is that a movie or a TV show?
That's the movie. What's next for TV shows? It's Hawkeye. Hawkeye's next, I think.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
They're doing a Hawkeye show?
Yeah, but it's double Hawkeye. You get 2 for 1. You get Jeremy Renner and you get Kate Bishop. So double Hawkeye.
Oh, the next Hawkeye?
Well, they're both Hawkeye. Miss Marvel, they're filming right now. Yeah, there's no separation between Hawkeyes. They're just both Hawkeye. That's a thing.
Oh, okay. I don't know a lot about Hawkeye in the comic verse. So that's new to me. I thought there was only just one Hawkeye.
Yep.
I didn't know it was like the Arrows, where you got
Yes.
9 different fucking step kids and
Hey,
shit.
hey, Step Arrow, what are you doing? I really love your quiver.
Yeah, I'll make it quiver. Miss Marvel. Okay, that should be the stretchy one, right? Is that what he's talking about? The stretchy.
Yeah,
Miss
that's
Marvel?
the stretch. So the next one is What If. What If is the cartoon series where the actors will be voicing themselves in what if versions, like what if they didn't go to shawarma? What if Iron Man was Tinfoil Man? That type of shit.
It's gonna be animated.
Yeah, it's gonna be animated, but it'll feature the voices of the actual actors. Hawkeye is
Did we
late
get some
2021.
RDJ back just for a little bit?
Just for a smidge. Miss Marvel's 2021. Moon Knight still to be announced. They're already filming She-Hulk. Secret
Man,
Invasion.
they're just going deep into the MCU.
Deep. Ironheart, Armor Wars. It's all happening, baby. It's all happening.
When's the new Blade supposed to come out?
Oh, that's not for a while.
Is that not for a while?
That's not for a while.
Not that I'm excited for their version of Blade, but I just love
What are you talking about? It's gonna be fantastic.
I don't know about the actor.
Why?
I just like Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, but he's not an
No, I'm
actual
sure
vampire. He can't play Blade forever.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll do fine. I'm just saying, I grew up with all 3 Blade movies with Wesley Snipes, and so it's a little bit of a nostalgia change that the new actor is going to be taking over the mantle, and I'm sure he'll do great because he is a great actor. But it's going to take me a minute, just a minute, to just change.
It's going to happen. We'll see what happens during the next Guardians of the Galaxy. If
I think Adam Warlock is more in line with what they're trying to do versus Nova, because I have heard Warlock come up in conversation or in articles and shit.
Guarantee you, they'll bring Nova.
He was Cottonmouth in Luke Cafe.
Cafe. I love that place. They've got the best scones.
The best scones. Yeah, he was coming. He's a good actor, like I said, but I'm just partial to Wesley Snipes. I also like the third movie more, so fuck off.
That just says you know nothing, because the third movie was the biggest piece of trash.
We've talked about this. I don't disagree with you.
The third movie was the worst.
I don't disagree. Gosh. I don't disagree at all. It was
2 was amazing.
The worst.
2 done by Guillermo del Toro was fucking phenomenal. The first one was definitely a product of its time. I think Blade 2 is, dare I say it, timeless. Blade 3 could die in a fucking dumpster fire.
Blade 4, Snipes was in prison, so Blade goes to prison for tax evasion.
Tax evasion and a little weed,
which was all a setup so that he could go and kill the prison vampires.
What movies we got coming up? Black Widow, July 9th, Shang-Chi and Legend of Ten Rings.
Yeah, September. I don't know how I feel about that one.
Well, I'm sure it's gonna be great. And you got Wong fighting Abomination in like one of the scenes in the trailer. Hell yeah, I'm about that.
Abomination?
Yeah, from the Hulk movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was thinking DCU for a minute.
No. The last Marvel movie this year will be Spider-Man: No Way Home, which could be something. Live action Spider-Verse, talking about Toby and Garfield being back.
They are going to be back, huh?
Alfred Molina already spoiled it. We already know that Jamie Snipes, Jamie Foxx, Jamie is this fucking 116 proof. Jamie Foxx is already signed on to be Electro again.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that came out real early.
Huh. I've been busy. I don't pay attention. I just listen to the news for politics. I'm not paying attention to pop culture anymore. I haven't touched a video game in like 4 months.
I know. What happened? You got so many legendaries sitting on Outriders right now because they gave away a bunch of free shit.
I do. I've been working, man. I've been working too, but
I find time. I find me time.
That is my me time. I paid to get beat up by strangers.
Hell yeah. And it's not even your birthday. What a fucking champ.
Right? I mean, why wait for a special moment? Why not just do it all the time?
Why not just get beat up in an alleyway?
Oh. No, the movies are coming back, which is good. I'm going to go see Paw Patrol in August.
Have you gone to the movies yet?
I have not.
I have.
How was that?
Empty. It was my family and one other family in a completely empty movie theater. What did we even see? What came out recently?
Some bullshit
kids movie. Kids movie, like.
Not Raya and the Last Dragon?
No, that's just fire though.
Wish Dragon?
What? That's on Netflix.
I know. I don't know.
Yeah. Recent release movies. What did we see?
You can't remember the movie that you sat through for an hour and a half with your children.
Yeah. And luckily the theater was empty because these motherfuckers, they were just running around.
Beck, I actually never went to a German movie theater when I was there. I always went to the one on Post.
Is it like kettle corn?
Yeah, because if it's kettle corn, then I'm down.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, it's kettle corn, dope. But I mean, you can't get past some good old buttery as fuck movie theater popcorn, because I unload like a
you can't.
Oof.
I walked
butter?
to you like at least here you cannot add additional butter to your popcorn at the little butter station because of COVID.
So do they free butter it?
Yeah, like normal, but that's it. They
don't do it well enough.
Exactly.
I've had one movie theater in my entire life.
Uh-huh.
They did it. They didn't have a station for it, so they filled up the bucket halfway, put butter on it, tossed it like once or twice to get it all good, and then put more popcorn on there, and then did it again. And I was like, "You're the only person I've ever seen to do that right."
I love you.
It's like when people make nachos and they put all the chips, right? And then they just put the cheese on top. They're like, you have 90% of your nacho below that cheesy layer that didn't get cheese. So now I have these globules of big-ass fucking liquid cheese on this tiny chip when 90% of my chips didn't get cheese. And they won't get cheese because I've eaten it all now.
I saw Peter Rabbit 2. No big
deal.
That
That sounds bad.
It was actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like it got reviewed horribly.
James Corden is the bunny.
He's Peter Rabbit. What the fuck? It was funny.
Yeah. What did he say? All of a sudden, a whole bunch of conversations came in. So in-game, regular ass popcorn, but no salt, no butter. It's sweet. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Why is it vomit face? I thought you just said it was good.
Yeah, no.
Popcorn was poop. It was ass. Especially when you don't expect it. I know you know. I was the popcorn. Okay.
What the fuck is happening?
Oh, Beck, did you do the cut the hole in the bottom of the popcorn thing for Vintner? Is that what?
Normally it's just the Twitch bros that start making
no
weird
Twitch
comments.
Bros today.
We have one Twitch
last
watcher.
Week. Really?
Yeah, we have one.
Who are you, Twitch watcher?
Who
is it
are
you?
you?
Is it you?
No, I don't have it up.
Oh. Say hi, Twitch watcher.
Hey,
watcher?
Twitch watcher. He's
person.
a daywalker. Wesley Snipes?
No, I am
watching us
trying
on
to go
Twitch?
back to the movie theater. I've always enjoyed the movie theaters. I like the experience, the popcorn. And it's not just for the popcorn because I can make my own fucking popcorn.
Yeah, it's real easy.
Yeah, I started making my own fucking hamburger buns, which, by the way, bomb as fuck.
Homemade bread is always better than store-bought bread.
We didn't have any, and I wanted to make a burger. And so...
And it only took you 6 hours to make buns.
40 minutes.
Oh, what do you do? Like microwave buns or like a microwave?
No. It's just I use like active dry yeast
Uh-huh.
and flour, egg, water, salt. Make the dough. Put it in the pan. Put it in the oven for 10 minutes.
Well, if you weren't so busy doing productive things, you could have filmed that whole process for the underqualified and overcooked.
I'm getting there, so I'm trying recipes first, and then I will.
Let's remind the people what the underqualified and overcooked looks like.
I fucking love that intro so much.
And we've yet to use
We've never put out an episode.
We've never put out an episode of Undercooked.
Eventually, Andy, you will see my buns. But it's a bomb fucking recipe. It's great. I made chicken burgers the other day, and not out of ground chicken.
Okay.
I just chopped up the chicken thighs super
The secret
thin.
was cow.
Oh, that's my secret. Hey, I made chicken burgers the other day.
This is chicken? It tastes just like cow. This is like beyond.
Fucking meatception. No,
The secret is old people.
No, I made chicken burgers, and I just cut up I just used chicken thighs and cut it up and fucking minced it, and then made my own patties out of it. Fucking put an egg on top with this bomb ass special fry sauce I made with some bacon and the homemade buns.
Okay.
It's dope as shit. The only thing that wasn't homemade was the fact that I didn't raise the pig, the chicken, and
Wait,
that was
where'd the pig come in?
Bacon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's got to be bacon on it. Yeah, put the crumbled bacon on there, and then broiled it with cheese. Oh, it's fucking delicious. By the way, I'm a bomb ass cook. I don't know if anyone knows.
We would never know because there's no photographic or videographic evidence.
Not to brag, but pretty fucking good. When I made bread the other day, I was like, I'm fucking great. I made garlic bread the other day out of scratch. Go fuck yourself. Putting in floors. I'm a modern day Renaissance man. I can't believe this isn't beef. It is beef.
Wait, we're both clicking on it because it's so good. The comments are having a seizure.
I can't believe this isn't beef. And at the end, it was like,
it's actually beef.
If your chicken burgers do not taste like chicken, that's because they're beef, and you cannot be sued.
We never strictly implied it was chicken.
We just said, I can't believe it's not beef. Because it's beef. That's because it's shitty beef.
That said, chicken thighs are the most underrated portion of the chicken. Everything else is trash compared to the thighs. You should
use them all the time.
Eat thighs.
It really depends on the recipe that I'm doing. But most of our diet is fucking chicken thigh.
God.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just because white people don't know how to cook chicken.
White people. I was gonna do a mayo bit, but
my children are white as fuck because
the
other day I gave her some ketchup for like her chicken nuggets, and she's like, "Dad, the ketchup's spicy." I was like, "For one goddamn minute, Elsa, fucking slow your roll."
Drumsticks are better. I don't know.
See, it depends on what we're doing, right? If I go to Popeyes, I'll get all legs.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm, going to be making like a chicken Alfredo or something, chicken thigh. Or if I'm making a chicken sandwich, like a fried chicken sandwich, chicken thigh.
Chicken thighs.
For me, chicken thigh over chicken breast for a sandwich.
All day.
Yeah. Honestly, I make chicken nuggets out of chicken thighs too. I use a lot of fucking chicken thighs.
They're surprisingly cheap for the best cut of chicken. Crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. I mean, all that dark meat, fucking delicious. It's like a drumstick, but in thigh form. I can't believe this isn't a drumstick. It's because it's a thigh.
What else we got going on?
Yeah, what else we got going on? Apologize, the show's a little slow today. Getting back into it. I'll make you tender and juicy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Thighs for the guys.
Yeah, and buttholes for your best friends. What?
See, Andy loves a good thigh.
I mean, anyone likes a good thigh.
Totally.
That's a good question. Chat, are you a thigh or a breast man? Take that as you will.
Share, like, subscribe, believe.
Yeah. Take that as you will. Thigh or breast? or leg.
Like,
Yeah.
or gizzards.
Or anus.
Is there?
Wait, are you talking about chicken?
Is there a gizzard person in here?
I actually don't mind the gizzard.
Yeah, you nasty.
When for Thanksgiving when I make when I do my chicken soup, got the gizzards in there.
Gross.
I don't eat it just because I give it to my dogs, but I'll 100% eat the heart. Were you with us in Nuremberg when I had heart and grossed my wife out?
No.
When we went to that bratwurst place in the Nuremberg market.
Ooh, we got a beak guy in the chat.
Chicken beak over everything else. This is what happens. You try to have a civilized conversation about chicken thighs and chicken breasts, and then you got the one fucking weird chicken beak dude come out of fucking nowhere.
You bought that chicken head double gut.
Rambo, that's the thing. Are we?
Are we?
Are we not?
This show is open to interpretation. We say one thing, but it could be whatever you want.
Yeah. It's 2021.
Yes.
Your reality is what matters.
Yeah, it's not ours.
Yeah. Speaking of, why not? Let's get fucking controversial.
Okay. Tell me more about the chicken head double gut.
Man of color. I want to ask you.
Oh my God, what?
Nope, that's how I'm prefacing it. He froze out of racial ambiguity. So critical race theory being taught in school. There's a huge, big conversation all over the country in the 1619 Project and all that. How do you feel that, you have kids, they'll be going to school here soon. How do you feel about that?
What if I told you I don't really know what critical race theory is? I just see it on the news constantly, and I have no idea what the fuck it is.
Let's do a real quick, uninformed.
Somebody tell me
definition.
What critical race theory is so I can have a live reaction, because I see this phrase all the time, and I really don't know what critical race theory is.
So the definition is a little better than what they've been actually teaching.
Okay. Are we theorizing whether races exist, and is it critical or not? What's going on?
So if you listen to Fox News, it'll tell you that it's teaching our children to think that America is inherently racist, systemically racist, and
Not
that
wrong.
all white people, regardless of when you were born or where, need to apologize.
Yeah, true.
That's what Fox News would say. You're like, okay, on board.
I'm with this so far.
Because some schools throughout the country are getting some flack, and because some teachers have had their white students stand up and then apologize to the students of color.
That's fucked up, because children are not responsible for the actions of the people that came before them. So
By
that part's fucked up.
6 generations.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. But so
now little Tommy came into pre-K and dropped the N-word. That little motherfucker better stand up.
Yeah, right. Critical race theory is a body of legal scholarship and an academic movement of civil rights scholars and activists in the United States that seeks to critically examine U.S. law as it intersects with issues of race in the U.S. and challenge mainstream American liberal approaches to racial justice. Most people, when they are talking about critical race theory, the more level-headed people, they are talking about just accepting the fact that a lot of American history and even laws and guidance was motivated by racism.
Okay.
And that they need to accept that and learn that, rather than just learning it as it was a law that was made or a movement that was passed, right? So a lot of people are just saying that it needs to be talked more about more when it comes.
Okay, let me hit
to
that
the
topic
racial
first.
ambiguity of the country.
Let me hit that topic first before you go further. So we say it all the time. History is written by the victors, the people in charge. So if you have a history of racism and policies, well, fucking Joe Biden the other day, there were laws when the Second Amendment came out that certain people couldn't have weapons. Who couldn't have weapons? Black people and Native Americans. All right, next point.
Well, that's what in the American in the Revolution Netflix show, they have Geronimo in there, and they're talking about the British, taxing them, and then they go around. They're like, yeah, taxing or limiting their freedoms, and then goes Geronimo. He's like, or white people taking all of your shit. And then like they go back around the circle, bring up reason why the British sucks, and he goes, or white people taking all of your shit.
Yes. So that part, it's things can be taken too far. Something well-intentioned can be taken too far. It happens throughout history, but we've said it before on the show. History goes to those that win. And you have had policies in the past that were very racist. Should children be apologizing for fucking shit that happened 100 fucking years ago plus, whatever the fuck? Well, 50 years ago, whatever. And no, they shouldn't be. They should move forward and come to and be having have kids come together instead of creating division.
Yeah,
at an early age.
Are schools teaching enough of the racist history of this country? No, I don't think they are. I know a lot of people. I mean, Vintner's not wrong.
Chicken beak is greater than white people. That double gut.
Because a lot of schools don't teach enough about racial disparity, right, in this country.
Okay.
So I think they should teach more about that and like teach more about the laws that were passed and, you know, more about the movements rather than just teaching about the civil rights movement and then fucking moving on from there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of real racist shit was passed through, you know, the House and shit in the 60s and the 80s, you know, in the fucking 90s. And like they should learn about it, but they shouldn't. I agree with you. They shouldn't be teaching it as all white people are still racist.
Yes. And
they're all feeding into racism. Anyone that knows me, I sometimes make some off-color jokes, but no one who's ever known me can ever say that I'm racist. I'm not at all.
No.
I'm not going to apologize.
And I've given you so many opportunities today. And
yeah. Rico's tried. Rico's tried. He's really tried.
At any point, he could have said, fuck this brown bastard, and he never did.
I'm not racist. Am I ever going to apologize for anyone being racist in the past? No. Also, I'm pretty positive my family wasn't even fucking here. They were in Ireland starving. That's what they were fucking doing.
I was going to say, Idaho didn't land till like 1902, so
yes.
Like, ooh, from the great potato planet, people.
Family's originally from California, but that's fine.
They're from Mars.
Well, that's like, oh, your family, you know, breeds into racism and hatred. From Ireland. They weren't even here prior to like 1912. Like,
and when they came in, they faced their own opposition.
Yeah, like, granted, you know, they weren't slaves for 400 years, but they had a little bit of a rough go by when they first got to this country too. Not comparable, but still.
It's their own situation.
So am I going to apologize for anything? No. Do I think that, you know, Jeffrey over here, whose great-grandfather was a slave owner, should apologize? No. It's not his fault. It's not like Jeffrey went, like, his family didn't own slaves. He went back to the past and was like, hey, Grandpa, you should own slaves. And he's like, dope idea, Jeffrey.
Like, here you go, Grandpa. I just came from the future. Don't have slaves. It'll really affect me in the future. I don't want to have to apologize. Also, buy Apple. Buy Apple.
In 1812. This is our new family motto. Buy Apple.
Buy Apple. Amazon, get on the ground floor.
He goes back to the future, and then like his family just owns a shit ton of apple orchards.
I'm trying to be Jeff Bezos, not some guy that has to apologize for some shit you did.
I'm trying to have so much money I can pay apologies.
I could quit my job and then go to the moon. Who does that?
Yeah, I don't know. Like critical race theory, I think in education, it should be talked about, but
okay.
It's of course the far right people, they're freaking out because they're like, you know, they're teaching our kids that everyone's racist. Mm-hmm. Well, are you a little racist? And then they're saying that people who oppose critical race theory are racist, when in reality maybe they just don't want to, you know, just breed more hate and division.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. You should not have kids standing up in class apologizing to kids in color for something that they didn't do. That's
so this happened
not
at
their
a
fault,
unit.
not their fucking problem.
So this happened in an Army unit too.
Get the fuck out of here.
During an EO briefing. Yeah, during the EO briefing, I think it was a couple months ago. This fucking EO rep's getting ass reamed for it. I can't remember the unit. But they did. They had the white soldiers stand up and apologize. And I think a few of them were like, fuck this shit, I'm not doing that. And then like it got leaked out. Oh yeah. Because it was a part of the extremist training that I have yet to even go through yet. But
for me, as a person of color, the American military is the least racist thing I've been a part of.
You're correct. So I was watching the news the other day, and someone they played a clip of someone saying that, you know, in our military there's a bunch of racism, and like they go back to the Fox News people talking, and I just kind of like shut off for a moment in my own head, and I was like, these are hands down the least racist people. And if someone was actually like racist, you never knew, because that person knew that now is not the time that you express that.
Yeah.
If I ever had a battle buddy who was ever like, I don't believe, you know, black people are as good as me and I'm better than them, just purely off of my race. I've never in my entire almost 10 years of my career had anyone ever voice that. And I'm sure I've worked with a few legit racists, but they know that I'm in the Army. That black guy that I think I'm better in, he might have to save my fucking life. So let me not ostracize myself.
Let me clarify my statement. I said the American military that I'm a part of is the least racist. I'm not saying that there's not things that are racist. I have said in a previous episode that I think shaving profiles are racist in nature, because we had a whole conversation on this, people of color who get fucking harassed for fucking shaving profiles, and then you hear, well, people in higher positions don't have shaving profiles. There's a reason there. I've said it before, and I'm not going to take it back now. There's a reason why there's only been one African American sergeant major of the Army.
That was a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, because we harassed the fuck out of young African American soldiers, or soldiers that need shaving profiles, that are potentially good soldiers. Not every person with a fucking shaving profile is a bad soldier. No. And we harass them, and they're good or not. But in the cases where they're good, they get the fuck out because they're tired of being fucking harassed, even though it's done jokingly. So there are policies in effect. Yeah, there are policies in effect that are fucked up. But it is the least racist organization I've ever been a part of.
I mean, it is, because we don't have the luxury of doing so, right? I was at a thing with our sergeant major the other day, and she was talking about the SHARP program and how they're trying to do an overhaul in that and get rid of it. And then she brought up trans soldiers, and that led into an hour-long conversation with a bunch of old-ass Sergeant First classes that
Who the fuck cares?
Oh, I'm with you, but you had these fucking old head Sergeant First classes that don't know anything. And like they're prefacing the conversation with that. Like, and it turned into like one or two people raising their hand, and then that thing where everyone started fucking raising their hand to say something that's antiquated and fucking stupid. And I'm just sitting here like, why does it fucking matter? None of this matters. Does it fucking matter what you think? Like, they're like, oh, you know, what if they're mid-transition? What about this or that? You know, what about if someone else is uncomfortable? It doesn't fucking matter. Dick or no dick, breast or no breast. It does.
They're only issue
that's all that fucking matters.
Is deployable soldiers. That is the only issue that I'm concerned about when it comes to soldiers in a transitional period of their life. If they're not deployable, they're useless to me.
Well, that's what
that's a fact.
Joining in, like recruiters, there was a guy in that meeting that just got off the trail as a recruit, and he was saying that if they're joining in, they cannot join in mid-transition. They have to be fully transitioned. And now the Army is trying to figure out how to deal with that once they're in and they want to transition, because, as we've said before in the show, they're non-deployable for like up to a year.
Yeah.
Because you have to go through the hormones and everything and surgeries and all of this stuff, which is fine if you want to do that. We have no problem with that. Actually,
I saw a dude with twists the other day. I was like driving. It's like, how'd this dude get away with twists in his hair?
That's a good point, Beck. That's a good point. See, like some of it is good. Eventually, one of these days, we'll be able to have beards. Eventually, but with the trans thing, I mean, it goes into the same pose. I was just some of these start first classes. They're just old as shit, and they're like, well, I don't, what about with open bays and, what if they're like mid-transition or they identify as a female and they want to, it was, you have to go to BH and it gets proven, okay, you have gender dysmorphia or whatever it may be, and you need to transition. Like for your mental health, that's what I think you have a legit case of whatever it is. What, do they go shower with the females and the males? I'm like, what does it matter? And then Sergeant Major.
The Starship Troopers Troopers, everybody in Rico's Roughnecks shower together. That is team building.
Me personally, I honestly think that should be a thing. The separate shower shit drives me nuts.
Everybody in the Roughnecks showered together, and we called that an org day.
Orgy day?
Org day. Hey, don't add the Y.
We don't pronounce the Y. But like, there's that too. Like, if there's facilities to do it, cool. But you know how many females that I've served with through the years, like we're in the same truck together, and it's like hot as fucking balls outside, and we can't run the AC because of mission. Guess who's sleeping in their underwear? All of us. We're all sleeping in our underwear, and not in sleeping bags because again, hot as fuck outside, and we're in the truck, hatches open, laying on litters in our underwear. Because who gives a shit?
Because y'all just trying to survive.
But
for every good truck,
for
every several good trucks, there's always one motherfucker that does something stupid, and that's the fucking problem.
Yeah, I'm
somebody can't control themselves.
I give people their privacy. There's been moments where my battle buddy behind me, who's a female, needs to change or even go pee, and I just do this, and they're 2 feet from me taking a piss or changing their underwear, and I'm right the fuck here. But I'm also a respectful person.
You mean that wasn't your excuse to stare awkwardly and make inappropriate comments?
No, it wasn't.
God, if you can't do it then, when can you do it?
Oh, I don't have to do it. The recorder's in the truck. No, I'm a respectful person. I'm not a fucking dirtbag, but you're right. It is that one dude. Not that he ruins it for everyone, but it's that one dude who then makes everyone feel uncomfortable. And then the rules change. And then you create more division by that. Because now, and I understand it, and my sergeant major brought that up. She's like, when she deployed, she was like one female and a whole platoon of people as a medic, a whole platoon of dudes, one female. And she's like, I went to sleep every night, never felt unsafe. She's like, then after, OEF 1, that shit changed and everyone's like, getting drugged and getting raped overseas. And it was now dangerous as a female. She's like, I don't remember it ever changing. It just all of a sudden did. And
that's when they started wavering everybody to bring motherfuckers in.
Yeah. And it just creates more division. And the critical race theory could do that as well. If they go about it in this extreme way, it's the same thing with the sharp. If you're ever in a sharp brief and they start off the bat with, at least 2 out of 4 females in this room would be raped by one of your battle buddies next to you. And then they look, which we've been in briefs like that. And then they look at you and you're like, not me, bitch.
Respectfully, bitch.
Yeah. Nope. Don't fucking look at me. Like, not fucking me. Like, don't come out with, dude.
If you
50% of your battle buddies will fuck you. And you're like,
if you paint someone as a villain, they will always be a villain.
And if you paint people as victims, they will always be victims.
Dude.
I feel that way too. If you spend all the time telling women that they're going to be victims, then now you're adding a whole lot of unneeded, unwanted stress on them because they see everyone as a predator now.
You have to constantly look over their shoulder.
Yeah, and I think it's stupid because men are also victims.
Yeah.
And they say within the military, actually, there's the disparage amount that more men get sexually violated than females do. They just don't report it. And I'm not constantly looking over my shoulder, but I am fucking tracking when weird shit happens.
Yeah.
Which is the same way a female should be
How many
in the
times
military.
my junk has been grabbed without any sort of fucking like, hey, come grab my junk. He's like, hey, I wasn't expecting
They
that.
just wake you up with a dick handshake.
I wasn't expecting that. Let's avoid that in the future, my guy.
Yeah, and then you go, hey man, that's not acceptable from anyone to anyone. Do it again, and I'm going to curb stomp you in front of the commander. Thank you, sir.
It's weird.
The army is a changing.
It is.
The military
ever
is
changing.
It's always changing. It will be different. It will be interesting to see how the world changes. Every day something new comes out that makes me scared to be a history teacher later on in my career.
They're going to rewrite everything. You have to learn everything again.
Yeah, right.
Math is math. You don't change math.
I'm just going to walk in and be like, all right, guys, so everything I learned in college was now proven to be racist and unneeded. So
that was actually the name of the class. Everything you learned in college was racist and unneeded.
Yeah, so here's the new book we're going to learn together. Everyone open up to page 1.
Oh, shit, this happened?
You tell me the War of Northern Aggression was about racism?
When you say the War of Northern Aggression, you got to say it more southernly.
You tell me the War of Northern Aggression was about race?
Wow, I'd watch that movie.
Here we were living our lives with our workers, and the North was upset. And they wanted our land, and we were like, no. Then they wanted our workers, and we were like, oh, hell no. So me and my buddy Robert E. Lee, we had a problem.
And them Duke boys came around.
And then those damn Duke boys. Which I never realized I loved the General Lee. And I did not realize until
they took it away?
No, until the Johnny Knoxville Dukes of Hazzard movie. And they were in the traffic jam, and they had the cars driving by, and like one dude be like, yeah, South rise again. Someone else drives by and calls him a racist. I didn't realize until that point. Granted, I was still, preteen when that movie came out. But at that point, that, for one, Confederate flag on top of the car. For two, General Lee. Robert E. Lee.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Robert E. Lee, not General Lee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I just saw it as the name of the car. I was like, okay, it's General Lee. Of course, I was like 12. I didn't know much about the Civil War at this
But
fucking
now
time.
you have to be responsible for knowing that. You should apologize to everyone for not knowing that the Confederate flag or whatever, the Virginia attack flag, whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh. You know what? I wrote up an apology just in case.
Okay. All right. This will be good. I've been waiting for this. I can finally feel better. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's what I was expecting. Yep.
Yeah. Fuck yourself.
See, that's the thing, though. That brings up an excellent point. You were watching a show, a movie. You didn't know what it was about. But now, at this point in your life, you should be expected to apologize for something that had nothing to do with you. Your lineage, allegedly, had something to deal with it. I'm saying you, but general term.
Yeah.
But you were a fucking child. Why should you have to apologize for shit you had nothing to do with?
I apologize for shit.
Get the fuck out of here.
No. I have never oppressed anyone. I have never actively engaged in oppression.
You have impressed me, though.
I am impressive. The only people I oppress in this fucking house are my children.
Yes, because children should be smacked down metaphorically. They should know their station in life, so that way they become responsible. not oppressive human beings.
Adults. Because in my house, we be whooping asses.
Who's making brown kids apologize for taking white jobs? No one cares about white people anymore.
They're actually just actively taking our jobs. It's not.
They took our jobs!
Yeah, it's not anymore those damn Mexicans taking our jobs. They're just firing white people now. I'm sure somewhere, like in California, they made a diversity quota, and they're like, "Sorry, Jeffrey, you've worked here for 25 years, but there's not enough black people in your job, so we're in California. You're gonna have to go, buddy. Sorry, I know you're a year from retirement.
That was 1 year away."
But honestly, this works out for us. We don't have to pay for your pension anymore. So get fucked.
You're fired.
I can't wait for that to pop up on Fox News. I'm sure that's going to happen eventually.
Wait, what happened to your dad, Rambo?
Your dad's white?
I'm confused.
So am I.
Is your dad brown? Did they make your brown dad apologize to a white person?
Is your dad brown?
I have so much. I don't want to assume he's brown.
I'm already assuming he's brown. Oh, stepdad.
Stepdads
are always white.
Okay. Stepdads are always white. And hung, according to Pornhub.
I just thought of a bad thing. Okay.
All right. Tell us about your hung white stepdad that had to apologize, or somebody had to apologize to him.
Who apologized? All right, I just had a super racist thought in my head.
Oh my god! For the first time ever, it's caught live on the internet.
It's not the first time I had it.
I don't even want to know what's going on.
I hang out with you fuckers. They're always in there.
Oh my gosh!
The suspense is killing me.
I don't know what's going on. Okay, Rambo.
Oh, leave us on the edge, Rambo.
Leave us on the edge.
Oh,
okay.
He's
Dad
white.
is white. Got fired from his previous job because he wasn't diverse enough. No apologizing though. That's cray.
Nailed it.
Is it California? Wait, aren't you in Florida? Is your stepdad in California?
Hold on. Where's the dryer that someone gets stuck in? Is that in California or Florida? Where's the cabinet that people may or may not get stuck in?
It's evolving. People are just stuck under free floating fucking coffee tables. There's plenty of room, ma'am. You can move over.
That's what I saw on TikTok. Like this girl, she climbs in. She's like, "Oh, step bro, come help me." And he walks in. He's like, "You're in the dryer. You can get out." She's like, "Oh no, I'm stuck." He's like, "No, you could just back up. Just get out of the dryer."
Maryland.
Computer job.
Yeah. He couldn't spell computer. That was his first problem. The second
Is that how he spelled his resume? I think he was just illiterate. I think that's why he was fired.
That's crazy. Allegedly. Maryland. Maryland is a red state or a blue state now? I feel like it's blue.
Blue as fuck.
Yeah.
It's not a state yet. It's not a state yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm thinking DC. Sorry, Maryland. That's a whole
state.
Actual state. Yeah, you're right.
I was confused for a second. I was like, this rare breed ain't hit me that hard. I'm pretty sure Maryland's a state.
It's those moments where you're like, am I fucking stupid?
Am I retarded? Allegedly. Not to offend retarded people.
We all have those moments where like our young soldiers or one of our friends says some stupid shit and you're like, am I the idiot? Or are you stupid? Like,
sorry, spelling hard.
Yes, Maryland is blue as fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now that we know it's a state and blue as fuck.
Yeah, also a state.
You motherfucker. You're not even drinking. I'm the one drinking fucking firewater over here. I'm going to take a nap after this show.
Proof.
Wine's
harder proof than firewater.
Why are you talking like a caveman? What have you been drinking?
I love the fact that you know what firewater is because I don't even know if it exists anymore.
No. Now it's just antifreeze, and it's usually a warrant officer and some specialist drinking on the fucking range.
Sounds about right.
Allegedly. Here, Bliss.
Allegedly, here, Bliss, in this unit on this day. Google it. Allegedly.
Google it. You want to Google it?
He's on his lunch break, so sorry for sponsors delayed. Have to do work. Shit, don't fucking lie to me.
It's Saturday. What are you doing?
I've seen you sham hard as fuck.
Is it Saturday?
Take the skills that you learned in the Army and transfer them to your civilian job.
Yes.
If there's ever a time you can sham, it's now. Which, speaking of whispers.
Careless whispers.
Yeah. Do you think that it was weird when President Biden came in real close to talk about hiring jobs?
Welcome to Underqualified ASMR.
Welcome to Underqualified, and you can't find me under the bed.
Oh, and help me, I'm stuck under a coffee table. Clearly get out of.
Help me step out. No, so
Hey, Step Sergeant. I'm stuck in this Connex. Can you help me? There's a lot of room.
The doors
this
are open.
Connex is empty, Kathy.
So, during a press briefing, President Biden was talking about the jobs, and he's like, people are complaining because they can't hire people right now, right? No one wants the jobs. And he goes, well, that's when you just pay them more.
Yeah.
And he did this creepy whisper thingy, and Fox News was talking about it all creepy and shit. In my mind, I wasn't concerned with the whispering part. I do that all the time. That's fine. Emphasize the understimulated. That's our sideshow. Where it's just me and Rigo staring at each other. But his response is, no one's going out to apply for jobs, which is happening across the board, across the country. So many places, specifically restaurants, are having increasingly difficult times hiring people for the jobs that they had full before.
Fuck that shit. That's a shitty job.
Well, yeah, but they're doing it because they're getting paid by the government plenty of money right now on assistance, so they don't need to go get a job for $10 or $12. And so President Biden's fix to that was just pay them more money.
Pay them more.
Yeah,
and
just pay them more money.
You know what they really appreciate? When you just walk in and sniff their neck.
Just smell them. And when you walk in, you go for the hand and you just do a nice little crotch cradle. Just let them know that you care.
No, that was the previous president.
And then you bring them in and you smell their neck. As you're holding the crotch, still grip on the crotch. Yeah. It's a handle.
And then
you
walk away
from their neck to their ear. And then as you walk away, you do this with your arms.
Yeah. When you walk away, you smell your hand that you just grasped with and wink. That's how you get them to stay in a job.
It's not just shudder when you do it.
This is the episode where we get canceled.
Where's my lawyer? Is he on?
He's gone.
He left. You know it's bad when your lawyer dips.
He's not our lawyer. He already corrected me one time. He's not our lawyer.
No.
Not even for a bit. He's our
comes
lawyer.
Into existence.
How about reduce taxes for low income instead of raising it for everyone? But then how could we get money?
Yeah, how do we subsidize the trillions of dollars that we just keep fucking make appear?
Just printing.
Yeah. You tax the people more so you can spend more money. Rico's over here scrolling through fucking Instagram right now.
No, not Instagram. You ready for this?
No.
I want to steal this fucking Constitution. Nicolas Cage.
Oh, fuck. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I will give 5 minutes for the people in the chat to bring up anything that you would like us to discuss and hit on real quick before we end. Nicolas Cage was... Bro. If anyone has has anyone to ask us as a general question anything? Ask us anything for the next 5 minutes, and we will answer.
Yeah, we're opening it to the floor. And just like any other army fucking meeting or class, any questions? All right, I'll go fuck myself then. Good night. You want us to delete this episode? Was it because of Nicolas Cage? Was that too much?
Hate it. I hate it when they ask that. They're like, all right, does anyone have any questions? Like, let's start the conversation. Does anyone have any questions? And no one answers.
You know
right?
what?
No
Real
one raised
quick.
their hand for 5 minutes, and then that person goes, really? No one's like, no, bitch, just let us go. Everyone in here is E5 and E6s. We know the rule. You don't raise your fucking hand.
I did a 3-hour interview yesterday, and like an hour and a half into it, I was like, okay, and started like walking my way towards the door.
3-hour interview for what?
Put it in the chat.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, that thing.
It was 3 hours for that?
3 hours.
They could just look at your NCR, your ERB, talk you for 5 minutes, and there you fucking go.
But I'm pretty sure I'm like 99% I got the job.
It's the first time I've ever heard anyone interviewing for that kind of situation. Do I miss Choose Your Prey?
Yes.
I honestly do.
Yes. Guaranteed. 100%.
I
miss
the people, man. Like, our medical family was great. When I was on the line with you fucktards, with Beck and them, it was great. Like, there was very few people that I didn't get along with over there on the line, and I loved being a line medic. It's a lot better than sitting in the fucking hospital and doing fuck all with civilians.
If I could say, people while we were in Germany, they didn't love the unit. However, compared to other units, it was a well-oiled machine, and I would say it could always be worse, and I would go back in a second.
I would go back. I would definitely go back.
What's the worst thing? One more reckless thing.
Everyone here knows what my most reckless thing, and yes, I did get arrested. That's a time for another show. Don't feel like putting that out on the internet yet.
I wasn't a reckless child.
You really weren't.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't
You're
a reckless
growing up in the Bronx. I was worse than you.
Yeah, I was never arrested. I had a gun pulled on me as a child by another fucking child, but I never
as you do.
Yeah, this dude. I'm getting off the fucking school bus.
How old were you, like 12?
Yeah, whatever, like elementary school, but like 6th grade, right?
Oh,
so I get off the fucking...
Yeah, like 12.
Yeah, so I get off the bus, and this fucking little kid, he's probably a couple years older than me, and I live in like a very heavily gang-populated area, and it was like one of those gangs that like had to prove themselves to like everybody. So he says, hey, I'm walking down this hill, and he says, hey, I turn around, and he pulls out this fucking revolver. And I just turned around and walked away.
That's how you know you live in that kind of area. You don't rob the people in your own neighborhood because they just look at you and go.
That kid was probably supposed to shoot somebody that day to get into the gang. And I just turned around and walked away.
That 12-year-old Rico's just like, if I die, I die.
There's a time variant version of the Rico that stayed there
and got shot.
And got shot in the fucking face. And instead, I just turned around and walked the fuck away. Like, whatever.
That's honestly impressive. I'm impressed by 12-year-old Rico. That is impressive.
It's the people, nothing else.
Beck, you are correct.
PUBG
so
in the field?
When we were in Latvia, PUBG Mobile was a big thing, right? And so we would all we would be in different trucks, or we would all be in the fucking LMTV. Me, him, and Fish, and we would we'd be fucking moving maneuvers through PUBG in Latvia in the middle of fucking nowhere. Just sitting in an LMTV, just fucking on mission, just playing PUBG. It was dope. And then we would go out on mission. And as soon as we came back to the OP, we would all just fucking roll out our phones, start fucking playing PUBG again. That was a lot of fun. Sitting on fucking MRE boxes and shit.
A throne of MRE boxes.
Yeah.
Ramball says, haha, same. I don't know. I never had an issue with the op tempo there, but then again, I came from fucking me and
Nothing.
Rhodes. Yeah, we came from a 0 op tempo. So, this is exciting.
So the op tempo didn't get to me until I had my daughter for myself. I was fine with the op tempo because I was like, oh fuck, I'm finally doing shit again. And then I had my daughter, and for the first 6 months of my daughter's life, I was barely fucking there because we had med coverages and fucking mostly med coverages. But I was constantly out doing something, or I was getting home at fucking 8 o'clock at night. And she'd already be bed, and then I'm waking up at 5. So I would go 3 days. I'm home, but I don't see my kids. So for the first 5-6 months, I barely saw my daughter. So that was the only time the op tempo really got me. But up to that point, and then especially coming here, I miss it. I do miss going out to the field and even just sitting at a fucking bullshit range and fucking around. Like, I do miss that. And here comes Fish with a 249. Yeah.
There's 2 things to be afraid of. Fish with a 249 and Fish with a fucking bottle of Jack in the middle of a club where he downs the entire fucking bottle. Was it Jack or vodka?
It was both. It was both. I just remember turning, looking back, and he had a new bottle. I'm like, where the fuck did he get this?
So I remember not having a day off for 3 months because Lord Farquaad kept making us go to the field on Saturdays.
Yep, the man is correct. Dude, that was terrible. Like, we would go to the field on like a Friday or like a Thursday, come back Sunday night and go right back to work Monday for like 3 months fucking straight. And it was like, we had like 4 days mixed in there as well. A couple training holidays we didn't fucking get because we're out of the range. That was,
Vintner says, not gonna lie, I miss more about the Elmer than I thought it would. There is I
think it's the camaraderie that you're missing.
Yes, it's I did more time. No, at this point, I probably did equal time, civilian world and army time, and there's something magical about all the fucking nonsense that happens that makes soldiers fucking bond together. It is fucking insane.
The shit bonds you together.
Yeah,
it's bonding through the shit. That's what.
And sometimes it's just enduring the suck together, or helping someone get through the fucking suck, or just enjoying little fucking moments, telling a fucking story, bullshitting, having a fucking cigarette, dude. It's I know I am on my way out, but I will miss it incredibly.
I for sure will. It's
hit us with the
best
the
and worst
leather
time.
and rode us. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
So I have I have a video. We may get this pulled, but I
whatever.
don't fucking care.
I don't give a shit. I was not there in Prague with Fish and 2 handles of Henny. Maybe Rhodes was?
No, I was. Wait, are you talking? Beck wasn't there. I don't think. He may have been.
Vintner, you got me, bro.
So, Vintner, I'm the same way. I'm over here, and I don't really have friends. I have some soldiers that I work with, but like I'm by my fucking self. So I definitely miss the friends. On that, missing friends, as we close out, ladies and gentlemen, from Matt Best. So,
if we get a copy strike from motherfucking Black Rifle Coffee, Matt
right?
motherfucking Best.
Best. You. Better and the veteran, my man. Come on. It might have been a different frog trip.
So many handles of Henny.
So many handles of Henny. Can't believe we missed this. Oh.
Did you share volume?
Nope.
Well, that's useless.
Hold on.
Way to suck.
Sorry.
Anybody see the trailer for that fucking Sopranos prequel? That shit is fire.
Ooh, we'll talk about that next time.
Matt Best, if you copyright strike us, oh my god. Thumbprint for me.
Such a young age became government property.
There's our new bit reacting to fucking Matt Best videos.
I would do it all day. Not gonna lie.
I love how the subtitles are music.
Music.
I remember counting my days until that ETS dates.
214 days in a wake up.
This shit is true. Worst days never felt so right. Now I'm stuck in a suit and tie. Wishing I was back.
I like how he's singing into the fucking ear pro headset.
Into fuck, I forget what they're called.
I can't
I have a pair. I have a pair.
Bullshit fog, taking motors every day. Had sex with myself in a porta john just to get away. Gotta get away. I've got Cheerio from you.
Beltors, thank you. Fuck.
Yes.
And most of my friends are missing some limbs. You guys are
Fuck that.
but this crazy belt and outro will keep me safe.
We should have ran an underqualified and overreacted fucking intro on this one. Fuck.
Because that's science.
I had to go buy a PT belt the other day for driver's training.
Science.
Bruh. And the sun was out while we were doing the night driving.
Now I'm stuck in a suit and tie. Wishing I was back.
Oh, hey. Wait.
Marius.
Less of this, more of that.
Yes, it's true.
Oh, picking up fucking brass.
Got bad ankles, got bad knees, and even my back's destroyed. Here I am, still stuck in life.
Hey, those Oakleys aren't in regulation. They're shiny on the sides.
We're gonna listen to the whole song.
No, we shouldn't.
If we're
This
getting
is sad.
copyrighted, we're getting copyrighted.
This is a sad note to go out on. We were having fun, and now this fucking sad shit. Wait, less of this, more of that.
No, now we got interested. You just put some shorts on the screen. Rico will get distracted. On that, ladies and gentlemen, go back and listen to all this. It's a great song. Do miss my guys back at the Toujours Land,
Yes.
1836. Worst fucking time.
What are you talking about? That's the best time. I'm in a unit with
1836?
no history right now.
I see so many people walking around in Stetsons. I'm like, I miss my Stetson.
I wore it the other day and got in trouble.
Did you? You wear it on a Friday?
Yes,
Hey.
and it was a CLS. I was running CLS lanes with my Stetson on, and first sergeant comes up. He's like, "You can't. Why do you have a Stetson on?" I'm like, "All right, Top. If you want me to take it off, I'll take it off." No, you're not allowed to wear it because you're not in a cav unit anymore.
He's like, it's not that I'd want you to take it off. You literally can't wear that right now. I'm cav as fuck.
What it did was effectively is bring all attention to me because it was my class. So people knew the guy with the cowboy hat was talking. It was time to shut the fuck up and listen.
That is something that cowboy hats do. It immediately takes your attention to that person going, I'm going to shut the fuck up now.
Follow my OnlyFans, # only PT belts.
Only PT belts can prevent forest fires. You heard it here from Smokey the Bear, Smokey the Drill Sergeant.
Wrap us. We went extra long today. Oh,
We
fuck, I didn't
did.
realize it.
Nah, now
This
that
goddamn
it's been so long
fucking
since I've been
rare
on.
breed.
Honestly,
Holy
I'm getting
shit.
distracted by that earring. Oh, earrings. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
dude. I got two
apologize.
holes. Use all the holes.
But so did your gauges close up a little bit so you can actually put in your, or are they super fucking loose?
They're loose. Yeah, I wonder if I could pull the backing out on this
Like you
one.
can just pull the
no.
whole one out.
I thought I did. No, I didn't.
Rico used to have gauges.
Yeah, double zeros, baby. I was so metal. I had a
I'm so metal.
I had a fucking beard and a fucking mohawk. Check out my Instagram. Actually, the picture's probably gone. Check out my Facebook. Rick Ramirez for my white friends. Rico, if you're nasty.
Yeah. That's the name he uses when he wants to be hired.
Hi. I'm here
Rick.
for the job. I'm Rick. I also love mayo. Mixed with chicken. Mixed with eggs. Mixed with anything. Am I right?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy the show, fuck yourself. If you did
go
enjoy
fuck
the show,
yourself.
fuck yourself.
Also, we're equal opportunists. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Oh, just
We
honestly,
love you.
Yeah. If you get
But
to
go
this
fuck
point
yourself.
and you're watching, go fuck yourself.
Good for you.
Yeah. Ramball, Beck, Vittner.
All other 200,000 watchers / listeners.
I listened to that last week, by the way, that we had like 40 million people watching.
We did. It was
That
so
was-
huge.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fucking great.
It was too much.
Was it overloading, really?
God.
Ladies and gentlemen, from myself, from Rico,
Mhm.
thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Next week, hopefully, Firth will be around and we can have like maybe a proper episode.
We'll see. No pressure. He's in the middle of PCSing. So we
He
have
is,
the Texas trifecta.
Yep. For anyone who's been watching the show for a while, when I PCS'd, took a couple weeks of hiatus. When
Except
Rico
shitty
PCS'd, he took a little bit. All these fuckers in the comments, y'all the real MVPs.
For
If you
real.
were in the comments and you didn't comment, or you're watching and you didn't comment, you know what? Warm up a little bit.
Hey.
Get in there. Drop us a like. Drop us a, just tell us to
You know
fuck
what's
ourselves.
you know what's
That's
low
also
effort?
nice.
Low effort is like and sharing. Just saying.
Yeah, it's just right here. But
We can see the likes. How about you just share it?
yeah, some of you do this anyway. Just twice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yep.
Oh, his
Morse,
little hook
this is
finger.
Morse code. Just share that shit, motherfucker.
Looks like a worm with a seizure. Ladies and gentlemen, like, share,
Oh, we got
subscribe.
love.
Love you guys. There we go. That's our boys. Like, share, subscribe. Definitely share us, like us, and subscribe us, and share us and like and
We
subscribe.
already subscribed.
Smash it.
Get other
Um,
people that like,
yeah.
share, and subscribe.
Hold them hostage if you need to. And also, as always, go fuck yourself. Love you
Go
guys.
fuck yourself.